Huge announcement, huge. I am not gonna be frugal anymore. I'm tired of it. I need to tell everyone, getting out all my social media announcements aglow at this moment. Here we go. Community post, done. Gotta tell Instagram, I quit. Hey, Mom, I decided to quit being frugal. Frivolous is the name of the game. Frivolous Fit Mom. That's what we're doing. I should probably tell Dave.
What's up?
Hey, I've decided to quit being frugal. Luxury, top of the line everything. We're gonna blow all the money.
Why is that?
Because it's time to live a life of luxury. Saving money is boring.
Do you know how many like weird bills I have like hanging over my head that I don't want to deal with right now?
So you're saying pay the bills.
We're not independently wealthy yet.
Fine, I'll keep saving money. You ruin all my fun.
Okay, appreciate it.
Husbands, what are they good for? Okay, fine, I'm just kidding. I'm not totally giving up the frugal lifestyle or mindset. However, I've long said that frugal does not mean being a cheapskate. Frugal does not mean pinching pennies to, like, for the sake of pinching pennies. It's really about understanding the value of your dollar, not living beyond your means, and saving for your future, being prepared for whatever it might be, whether it's an emergency fund, putting money into your retirement for later, and not overspending your income. So once you get to that point when all of your needs are taken care of, you are prepared for any scenario in a financial sense, your family's taken care of, your kids are taken care of, you have no debt anymore, you're not overspending ever, you've figured out your hobbies and all of those things, then what? While I am still a huge fan of saving money wherever you can, it is time to start living your life. And a great way you can start living your life is taking care of one of your biggest needs in your life, and that is really good sleep. So it's amazing that Helix was able to sponsor with me in today's video. You take an online quiz, it's super short, and it will tell you which mattress they recommend for you, which is really helpful because you're buying it online instead of in a store, so you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to put on pants. It comes delivered to your house, rolled up in a box, expanded and ready to go in just a couple of hours. And I got the cooling cover as well because my husband's like always hot. I know it can be kind of weird to buy something as huge as this online. Like, what if you don't like it? What if it doesn't feel good for me? So you get a 100-night sleep trial. They have payment plans, financing options, if you need any of that stuff. I love this mattress. We have the Sunset Luxe. I have one, my daughter has one, my son has one, my brother has one. Before long, everyone I know will have one of these mattresses, and I have never slept better. They are going to give you a deal. It's helixsleep.com/frugalfitmom. They'll give you 20% off of your mattress plus 2 free pillows. These pillows right here. These pillows, so soft, so delicious, and they're free with your mattress purchase. First link below in the doobly-doo if you want to go check that out. Thank you to Helix for sponsoring today's video. And let's go back to some things I do spend money on, like a mattress. I grew up with a frugal mindset instilled in me from a very, very young age. My dad grew up extremely poor. His dad worked 3 jobs. They had 4 kids. They had bread with butter and rice at every single meal. My mom grew up in southern Louisiana. Her parents were farmers, rice farmers, and moved into education, were teachers, didn't make a ton of money, had 5 kids. Always lived frugally. My grandmother was queen at thrift stores and gardening and canning and preserving. And my grandfather was definitely well known for picking up a turtle or 2 out of the ditch. It's Louisiana after all, like what can I say? That frugal lifestyle transferred down to my parents, who raised me that way. We never went out to eat. We never went shopping for like the designer stuff. I had to beg and beg and beg for those Calvin Klein jeans when I was in the 90s. My Doc Martens that I purchased in the 90s, I bought myself on layaway from my part-time job. Was it a waste of money? I don't regret it for a second. I regret nothing. Those Doc Martens were the epitome. Can we just, like, if you're here for the 90s Doc Martens, give me one of these in the comments. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, we went to the movies once a year. Once a year. That was a Christmas gift. All of our vacations were camping or trips to see families. And it was like drive to Louisiana, stay at grandma's house, and then drive home. Those were my vacations. That was my experience. So when I got married and we were young college students, and then my husband became a teacher, we just continued living frugally. Here is what I learned. I was very impressed by watching my stepdad, who was one of the most frugal people I've ever met in my life, save and drive inexpensive cars and live in a modest house and not care about clothes or fancy vacations or food or anything like that, and ended up getting really sick and passing. It has definitely changed my perception on someday and when and what if, and maybe when I'm retired, maybe when the kids move out, maybe this, always pushing it off and not enjoying life right now. Number one, things I am spending money on now, while still being frugal. Let's be clear, it's travel, it's trips, it's experiences with my family. Some of these we do very inexpensively. We're still traveling to see family. But while we're there, maybe I'll spend $40 and take all of the kids to like a ninja gym. By the way, if you haven't gone to that in St. George, it's super awesome. I take my whole family and we go to Sun Valley, Idaho. No, we're not spending all the money skiing like most people do. We take our mountain bikes and we hike and we mountain bike, because those are free because we already have the gear. We drive over to Redfish Lake. If you've never been there, that's amazing. There's hiking. We brought our own paddle boards and like paddled on the lake and had like a beach day. No money spent. The biggest expense is the gas to drive there and the Airbnb that I typically split with my mom because she tends to come with us a lot. Yes, we have even flown a few places. We went to the Florida Keys last year. We're about to go to Maui, but I turn credit cards. I've done several videos showing you how to turn credit cards. I'll leave them below if you're interested. You can really bulk up like the bonus points and then redeem all of those for free flights, which is really, really nice when you're flying six people. That's a huge expense unless you can find a way to bring the cost of those plane tickets down. And when we do travel, we rarely go out to eat. We get groceries where we are. We get meal box kits delivered to where we are. So we're still having amazing memories and experiences on a dime. Now remember, if you make a good income and all of your bills are taken care of, if you want to splurge on the going out to eat, do it. I was looking up luau's in Maui and they were almost $200 a person. So it was gonna be over $1,000 to take my family to a luau for one night. Is that worth it to you to have that experience? If it is, and it makes sense in your budget, then do it. Now, if it's really a stretch, it doesn't make sense for your family's values and you still have credit card debt, maybe not so much. It really just depends on the situation that your family is in. This one may seem weird, but I have started buying back my time. This is kind of my job. I make videos for YouTube. I do digital content. I do podcasts. Did you know I have a podcast channel? I do. It's called the Frugal Fit Mom Podcast. Creative, right? You can watch video versions on YouTube or you can listen anywhere you listen to podcasts. But I make content. I make videos. I make podcasts. I create digital products. I have several digital cookbooks. I have a website, frugalfitmom.com. So if I'm doing a grocery shopping video, not something I need to take you into the store to film, I have to drive there and I have to drive home and I need to find all of my ingredients in the store and I need to come and put them away and deal with the crowds. But I can get on the Walmart app, put everything in my cart in 10 minutes, and I can have it delivered for free because I have Walmart Plus. It's like $50 for the whole year. And I just tip the driver. So let's say I tip the driver $10, right? So I just have the regular price of the Walmart stuff. And instead of spending 2 hours of my time, I've only spent an extra $10 to save 2 hours of my time. That is worth it to me. And I'm not gonna lie, we don't do our own oil changes anymore either. There's a place here, they do it for like $35. You almost cannot even buy the oil and filter for that cheap and they're done in 20 minutes. Another thing I've started spending money on is something I did a lot as a teenager. I grew up in Dallas. And back then, concerts were a mere $20 to $25 to sit on the lawn. And it was only 15 minutes from my house to go to the Starplex, which is not called that anymore. But now that everything's taken care of, all of the bills are paid, and we're doing all of the things, we've started to go to more concerts. I was able to take my 2 oldest children to a very small venue and see New Found Glory last summer. It was amazing. We were like 20 feet from the stage. It was amazing. We went to go see Old Dominion very recently with my sister. I also just got back from the Taylor Swift Eras tour. If you have tickets and you're going, what a show. It was spectacular. Of course, there's more events that we have also gone to in that time frame. Plays, concerts, musical events, comedy shows. I am really trying to take advantage of the fact that they're even running now at all. Remember those couple of years where they didn't even have anything? so grateful that we can partake in the performing arts and that I can take my children to them. If you have any concerts or shows that you have been to recently, I would love to hear about it. I'm always looking for new ideas. The next thing I need to figure out how to do is get tickets to 5 Seconds of Summer. They need to tour in the Western United States. 5 Seconds of Summer, if you're listening, Western United States, I will be there. If you get to this point where you can go to a few concerts, take your family on a trip, and buy back some of your time, I think it is also time to start being incredibly generous. Now, if you can't find a charity that you love or are willing to donate to, if you are using someone's service, let's bump up the tipping. Let's say you like to go out to eat, okay? Leave a crazy tip just to show someone else that you appreciate their work, and I will promise you it will make a difference in your life to practice being more generous in all of your dealings with other people. I would recommend searching for a nice charity that you feel strongly about and donating there as well. I also want to talk about cost per use. This is an important concept when purchasing something that is expensive or anything at all. I just want to be clear and say that it's okay to splurge on something if the rest of your finances are under control. My splurge might look different than your splurge. Here's one of mine. Now, I've had this particular bike since 2016. That is when my husband bought this for me as a Christmas present. In 2016, this was the biggest stretch of a purchase that we could have possibly had. It was like birthday, anniversary, Christmas, Valentine's, Mother's Day present, all wrapped into one. Yes, it was over $1,000. Yes, we got a deal on it. We like knew a guy. That being said, cost per use, I am probably down to like 50 cents a ride at this point. I have used this bike like crazy. My Peloton downstairs, not cheap either. But when you talk about cost per use, because I use all of these things so often, in the long run, getting an excellent quality piece of equipment is going to save me from having to rebuy a product that doesn't work that well and that breaks all the time and can't be fixed. Will I still be frugal? Of course. I just wanted to address the fact that if you are making huge financial strides, I want to give you the permission to start spending money on whatever it is that's important to you. I hope it's people. I hope you're willing to spend money on people, your friends, your family, being more generous in your day-to-day life, really investing in some quality pieces, finding a hobby that you love to do with people that you enjoy being with. And if you enjoy some luxuries and it makes sense and you're living below your means, and you don't have any debt and everything's under control, it's time to loosen up. It's time to really live. I'm not saying go crazy. I'm not saying go to Vegas and blow all your money at the blackjack table like a friend of mine who I know, who I will not mention by name right now. But I just want to tell you, like, if you've lived tight for an extremely long time, it can be really, really difficult to transition into being okay spending a little bit of money. And I just want to tell you that it is okay. So take a deep breath, let it out, and go have some enjoyment in your life. Go buy a few things. And also use my code for 20% off your Helix mattress. First link down below. Thanks to Helix. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and allowing me the opportunity to have this amazing job. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I appreciate you and I hope you have a great day. Until next time, bye.